In this demo 32, we're going to create a countdown to a future date. 32.html. This is going to be the same as the 31.html and the 30.html, more or less. The web page setup is the same. You have your doc type. There's your opening HTML. Down here is the closing HTML. Here's your head. The head has a link to a shortcut icon. That's the smiley face. It's got a title that's right next to the shortcut icon. It says Demo 32, Countdown to a Future Date. It's got a link to an external style sheet. It's got a link to an external JavaScript. And it also has its internal style, which is the same as the past 2 or 3 demos. There's the end of the head. Body, wrapper, and left tags are all the same. Button, ID of B, we're going to blue again. Or no, actually we did a green one, then a yellow one, and now a blue one. So no, ID B for a blue one. On click equals 1. Our function is still called 1 because it's in its own JavaScript file, so we don't have to worry about changing the name of the function. And on the face of the button, we have the text created countdown to a future date, a couple of break tags to go down a couple of spaces, and a few dashes. And you see that right here. You see all this stuff on the face of the button. Underneath the button, we have a paragraph element with an ID of demo 2, so it also has a darker blue background. Display is block, and it also has a couple of dashes to show you where the output will replace the dashes there. Alright, and so for the function in 32.js, the JavaScript function 1, we're going to do the same thing we did for the previous. We're going to take an MP3 file and we are going to set that value to its own variable name. So var sound underscore countdown equals new audio future date.mp3. As soon as you click this button, 2 things are going to happen. Sound underscore countdown dot play is going to play the future date.mp3 file, and an alert box is going to show. It's going to say let's count down to a future date. So when the alert box says shows let's count down to a future date, you will also, as long as you're using Firefox, hear me read those same words. Let's count down to a future date. Then after you click that OK from the alert box, sound underscore countdown is going to pause, and sound underscore countdown dot current time is going to be set to 0. Down here in line 11, we have var today equals new date. So we're creating a brand new date object that is going to, whether you look at this today or tomorrow or the next day, it's going to be based on the current actual real-time date. Then we're going to create another variable, var Lisa bday equals new date, and in parentheses and double quotes, December 17th, 2016. Then we create another variable, var Freeman bday equals new date, December 21, 2016. So we have 3 date objects, one for today, one for my birthday, one for his birthday, future dates. Then we're going to extract from both dates the milliseconds that have elapsed since reference date January 1st, 1970. So I have var ms today, which means milliseconds today equals today dot get time. Then we're going to create var ms lisa day equals lisa day dot get time. So we'll get the milliseconds for that. And lastly, we have var ms freeman day equals freeman bday dot get time. So the milliseconds for all 3 of those variables will be created. Then we have to get the difference between the 2. So we're going to create yet another variable, var Lisa difference equals the ms Lisa day minus the ms today. So the milliseconds between my birthday and January 1st of 1970 minus the milliseconds between today's date and January 1st, 1970. Those milliseconds are going to be subtracted, and it's going to go into the variable value Lisa difference. We're going to do the exact same thing for Freeman difference. Var Freeman difference equals ms Freeman day minus ms today. In line 24, we're going to convert the milliseconds to days by using the var days difference Lisa, creating yet another variable, and we're going to set that to a math equation. Var days difference Lisa is equal to Lisa difference divided by, and then all of this other stuff is going to be in its own parentheses. 1000 times 60 times 60 times 24. That's the end of that statement. We're going to do it again for the conversion of the milliseconds for Freeman's birthday. Var days difference Freeman equals Freeman difference divided by, and then in parentheses, 1000 times 60 times 60 times 24. Now, when you have a division, you're likely going to end up with a decimal, and we do not want to deal with decimals, so we're going to round down to an integer because we are going to see how many days without a decimal point. So we're going to use var final days to Lisa B day equals math.floor, and then in parentheses, days difference Lisa. And of course, we're going to repeat and do the exact same thing to round down to an integer Freeman's birthday. So var final days to Freeman B day equals math floor, and in parentheses, days difference Freeman. Now we're going to get into the outputs. In B, which is the ID for the button, b.enter HTML equals, and what we want to show is the value, our final value after all these different things that we did, all these different conversions with different variables. We want to use the last one, which is final days to Lisa B day. So the value of final days to Lisa B day plus, we're going to concatenate the string space more days until my birthday, yay. And of course, we're going to do the exact same thing here for Freeman's birthday, but we're going to put that in the paragraph element, which is right underneath instead of the button. Demo2, the paragraph has an ID of demo2, so demo2.enter HTML equals final days to Freeman B day plus a space and concatenate the string more days until Freeman's birthday, yay. So that's the entire JavaScript, and let's refresh the page and click the button. Click the button. What you didn't hear, what I did hear in my ear, was the MP3 that says, let's count down to a future date. Okay, as soon as I click OK, 163 more days until my birthday, yay. 167 more days until Freeman's birthday, yay. And that concludes this tutorial.